All right, so here's another update on the flux capacitor. These LEDs aren't right on the surface. They're quite a bit higher up, and there's little wires in between, like underneath there. So I think that was just so that the strobe effect was floating rather than on the surface. But I wanted to, in order for me to achieve what I'm doing, I needed to have distance between the LEDs and this vacuum relay tube. So what I ended up doing was, I don't know if you can see underneath here, I just used part of a pen, like a pen tube. And then, yeah, you can see it underneath there. It's black and has the writing on it. So I use that as a spacer to lift these up so that there's enough distance between here, the LEDs, and that. But once I did that, then these things weren't fitting properly, so I had to use a hole punch to cut a little hole so that that fits down over top. Because these things are higher up, it was interfering with that rubber piece. So I did that on all these, and that one there. And I found some more of this lenticular material. This is what they make the hats from. So your hat, Back to the Future hat, would be covered in this stuff. And then in behind that is a grid. And it looks like just almost gray. And then once you get this in front of it and line everything up, then it makes all these different colors. Anyways, so once that gets underneath, it's going to be underneath that tube. But it's going to look more like that. I'm still waiting on the those clear wedge things to go underneath here. So they're going to sit on there, and this stuff is going to sit on top of that. And it stretches that light out a little bit more than what you see here. Or I'll turn it down so that you can tell where the light's going. See, right now, the light's stopping just past this seam line here. But if I put this underneath there, now it's going a little bit further, like all the way to the tip. And it looks like a beam shooting across rather than individual lights flashing, which is pretty cool. So if this thing were higher up, it would stretch it out even further, stretch that light even further. But I don't really want this covering that, if I can help it, because you kind of want to be able to see these tubes. They're supposed to look like glass. But that is helping quite a bit better. Anyway, so I'm still waiting on my mold to set on the plastic resin. Then once I add that on there, I'll do another video.